What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a great day and staying safe. So Bianca is challenging me in making a vegan calorie meal plan specifically to weight gain. Although I'm not a vegan myself,
challenge accepted.
to be honest, it was quite difficult in making some meals because I'm not a vegan myself. I love my meat. But after planning it out and putting everything in order, I finally did it. It's a 2,000 calorie vegan diet plan and into 4 meals. So this way, you don't have to worry about too much about cooking. All right, let's go ahead and start. All I ask in return is a like and subscribing if you haven't already. So just like with every other calorie meal plans, I do go over the strategy of the diet plan. This way we can see where the calorie is coming from the most and how it's structured. But if you guys don't want to stick around and you want to go straight to the meal, there's a timestamp there, so you guys can just go ahead and just do that. So the strategy for this 2,000 calorie vegan diet plan goes as this. First macro that we're going to focus on is carbs. Obviously, it's a weight gain diet plan, so eating a lot of carbs is going to be natural and normal. And don't be afraid of carbs. Carbs is not your enemy here. It's all about calories. If you guys need to be eating 2,000 calories to gain weight, you guys can have a full-on pizza right to your face that's worth 2,000 calories and you'll gain weight. But it's not smart to have that pizza because at the end, it's going to make you more hungry and you're probably going to end up eating 3,000 or 4,000 calories that day. The second macro that we're going to be focusing on here is going to be fats. Because protein is not very high in this calorie meal plan, it's going to be substituted with fats. And not to mention, 1 gram of fat is about 9 calories. So if you guys are looking to gain some weight very fast, eating a lot of foods that are high healthy in fats will definitely help out. And because it's only 4 meals, we want to be full for those 4 meals. This way we don't binge eat and go over our 2,000 calories. So eating a lot of fats, healthy fats, will help out in digestion and keeping you full longer. Which also, if you tag team with fiber, which is the third macro here, these two together will work very, very well to keep you full. So yeah, fiber is gonna be high as well. And at the end, we just wanna have fun with our calorie meal plan. We don't wanna eat, like rabbits all day long and stuff like that. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with this calorie meal plan. Speaking of fun, the first meal that we're going to be having is going to be a chocolate pancake. Let's get down to it. We're gonna get a cup or 250 milliliters of unsweetened almond milk, high on protein, not too much on carbs nor fats, total of 88 calories, which is absolutely nothing. Then we're gonna go ahead and put 30 grams of whole oats. Whole oats is extremely healthy, very beneficial, and full of nutrients. After that, we're gonna put 1 whole banana in there. It's gonna make it creamy. 1 scoop or 25 grams of chocolate powder. I use Cadbury chocolate powder here, and it's absolutely blessed. The chocolate powder is essential because that's what's gonna make it chocolatey. But if you guys have a non-dairy or dairy-free whey protein powder, use that instead. After that, we're gonna get 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, high on healthy fats, decent on protein, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. We want this pancake to be nice and fluffy. After that, we're gonna go ahead and blend that up. Once it's finished blending, we're gonna go ahead and put 1 teaspoon of coconut oil into the pan. Let it melt. Coconut oil is just very good for you, very healthy for you, and just delicious. When you guys cook it with things, it's actually surprisingly really delicious. Once the coconut oil is nice and melted, we're gonna go ahead and dump the batter in. Now guys, don't repeat my mistake. Don't dump the whole entire thing in there. At the end, it's just gonna come out very bad. I mean, it's just gonna be too thick. Just do 2 small ones. Cook 2 at a time. Rather than dumping the whole thing at once. It's just gonna make your life a whole lot easier. But once the batter is inside, before it starts to really cook, we're gonna put a handful or about 40 pieces of chocolate Hershey's in there. And this is gonna make it absolutely blessed, and it's Hershey chocolate pieces, man. Who doesn't like Hershey chocolate pieces? After that, we're just gonna let it cook how we cook pancakes and then flip it over. I know it's a fail here because, I mean, again, it was too much of it, but it doesn't matter how it comes out looking as long as it tastes good, and it tastes fantastic here. After it's done cooking, we're gonna put that wrecked pancake into the plate, and then we're gonna put 10 grams of whipped cream there. Obviously, make sure this whipped cream is dairy-free, as you guys are vegan. So we're gonna put 10 grams of that on. It has only 26 calories. Makes this meal absolutely delicious. The total calories here is 669.5, and the total macro that you're getting here is 21.5 grams of protein, 83 grams of carbs, 28 grams of fats, and 9 grams of fiber. Bianca, you should be full for a solid 3 hours. Just 3 hours. You should be full for a solid 3 hours. You should not be binge eating after this because you're just gonna be so darn full. Moving on to the second meal. So the second meal is going to be extremely easy to make and it's going to be extremely delicious. It's going to be peanut butter sandwich with banana. You're going to get 2 whole wheat breads and it has a decent amount of protein, obviously high on carbs, but high on fiber, which is actually really good, 134 calories. Then we're going to be spreading 2 tablespoons of peanut butter onto the bread there, 1 on each obviously. Extremely high on fats, which is healthy fat, which is good for you because your body can't produce this kind of fat, so it needs to get it from outsource. Peanut butter is a great source to get that from and has some protein there as well. And at the end we're going to get a full banana and we're going to cut that into pieces and put it onto the bread. And honestly, it's just so delicious. It's so good for you guys. It should keep you full for about 2 to 3 hours. The total calories that this peanut butter sandwich banana has is 434. The total macros you're getting here is 18 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, 18 grams of fats, healthy fats, 7 grams of fiber. And again, Bianca, you should be full for about 2 to 3 hours. It's really filling. I'll be surprised if it's less than 2 hours. If it's less than 2 hours, you have a fast metabolism, I don't think 2,000 calories is enough for you. Anyways, moving on to meal number 3. So meal number 3 is actually one of my favorites and it's gonna be spaghetti with veggies. Very simple, very easy to make, and this is how you make it. So first we're gonna get 100 grams of raw spaghetti, has about 15 grams of protein, 69 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fats, and 3 grams of fiber, total of 354 calories. If you guys want to gain weights, just regardless, in any meal plan, spaghetti. So high on calories, so nutritious, and it's one of the best ways to gain weight. Easiest way to gain weight, spaghetti. Alongside with that, we're going to have some vegetables, and the vegetables picked out here is going to be 60 grams of broccoli, great on protein, great on fiber, and very nutritious and good for you. 1 tomato or 120 grams of tomato, good on fiber again, and it's tomato, who doesn't love tomatoes. Last but not least, 100 grams of mushrooms. I love mushrooms, great source of vitamin D, great source of protein as well. So first, we're going to obviously boil the water and put some olive oil in there with like some seasoning, then put the 100 grams of spaghetti in there. Obviously, let that cook for about 9 minutes, 10 minutes to your liking, however you guys cook your spaghetti. After that's done, we're gonna dump it and drain it a little bit, put some seasoning on that, put some cold water, all that kind of good stuff on it, and we're just gonna leave it there until after the vegetables are nicely cooked. We're gonna be getting 1 tablespoon of olive oil and we're gonna be throwing in 100 grams of the total mushrooms in there, and we're just gonna let it cook for some time because eating raw mushrooms with anything is just absolutely nasty. So it's delicious when we cook it. We're gonna stir it a little bit here and there so it can be cooked. Once it's ready to go, we're gonna be putting the rest of the vegetables in there, the tomatoes, the broccoli. We're gonna put that in there as well. Mix it a little bit. Let that cook for just a little bit. We don't want to cook them for too long because that could burn them or that could make them soggy and stuff, especially the tomatoes. So put it for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes max, and then after that, throw in the spaghetti and let that all cook together. Let all the flavors mix together, mix it a little bit, and voila, you got yourself a delicious spaghetti with veggies. We're gonna go ahead and put that onto the plate, but we're just not done yet. We're gonna be getting 100 grams of pasta sauce, and this has about 1 gram of protein, 10 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 44 calories, and honestly, it completes it. This is absolutely so delicious and it's so filling. It just completes the entire thing. And it just tastes really good. The total calories that you're getting here is 591 and a half, and the total macros that you're getting here is 22 grams of protein, 91 grams of carbs, 15 and a half grams of fats, and 10 grams of fiber. And man, you should be full for a solid 3 to 3.5 hours. Absolutely filling. After 3 to 4 hours, you should be getting a little bit hungry, and this should be close to your bedtime. And this is gonna be our 4th meal. Nothing too heavy, nothing too extremely overloaded. We're going to be having fruits with nuts. So we're gonna be getting 30 grams of almonds, about 200 calories, 17 grams of fats, and these are mainly healthy fats. These are fats that your body needs. And on top of that, we're gonna be having 2 kiwis, which if you guys know that if you guys have 2 kiwis before you guys go to bed, like an hour before you go to bed, you guys will have the best sleep ever. And it's true, you guys will really have the best sleep ever. It only has 23 grams of carbs, 2 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber, which is absolutely amazing. So when you guys eat both of these, you guys should be full until that's it, until the next morning. You guys should not be binge eating after this. You guys should be pretty darn full. Bianca, you should be really full after this. The total calories here is 301. Total macros here is 8 grams of protein, 29 grams of carbs, 17 grams of fats, and 6 grams of fiber. And voila, you did it. The total calories that you consumed here is 1,000 996. Okay, we're off about 4 calories. Just add another almond in there, and that's it. You've reached that 2,000 calories. And the total macros of this entire calorie meal plan is 69.5 grams of protein, 253 grams of carbs, 78.5 grams of fats, 32 grams of fiber. I mean, that's just crazy. That's a lot of fiber. You should be full for quite some time. And hey, if 2,000 calories is not enough for you, you can easily increase them and make them to 2,500 calories and so on and so forth. If you want me to make more of these videos of vegan style, let me know below. I'll be doing more of these. It was a bit of a challenge for me because I'm not vegan myself, but it was quite fun. And yeah, it was quite fun to do. And Bianca, I really hope that helped you out. I really hope this really gave you another way of, trying to eat 2,000 calories. I know there's some meal ideas here that you're gonna include in your diet now. I'm sure of it. Let me know how it goes. Comment down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out this 2,000 calorie meal plan videos. All somewhere on the screen. They'll be everywhere. Weight gain, weight loss, whatever you guys need. Subscribe to the channel and you won't be disappointed. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Peace.